Ladies and gentlemen, your attention please. I've got to start off basically with all the men that have worked down here, putting everything together. As you can see, there's certain displays down here that they've made just for sale. Some people are sitting on them too. The men generally have done a great thing. Also thank indeed the Monto fellas coming down. We've been up there a couple of times. What I really want to do is thank the guys that do all the paperwork. Without the paperwork, we're not going to get anywhere. Mark especially, and Keith. They've been working their butts off, getting the paperwork done, making sure we get the grants and everything else like that for what we got. I do. Also, I'd like to thank Cole Driver. Indeed, he's the driver. He drives everybody to get things done. And if nobody else wants to do it, he still goes ahead and does it. Now, we're also very thankful indeed that we have got the extension that was being built. We now have a room down here where we're hopefully some of us old fellas are going to learn how to use the computers and phones properly. Also, where the men can actually come together and discuss things like their problems. We're not ashamed here to discuss our problems. For example, I've got prostate cancer. I've been shot with Zololex, which is basically a female hormone. I get hot flashes and I get very tired. So I know what the females are going through. Right? So yeah, it's things like that we do discuss here. We sit down in that room while somebody wants to do their work and that outside here. Jacko, we got him to do all the garden work because he wants to do the garden work. Not only does he do the garden work, he also sells raffle tickets with Dawn and for the home and everything else like this. There's a lot of things going on. I mean, it's as if with Jeff down here, he's a music teacher. Even the men like myself and a few others have come in and we start to learn to play guitar and we'll play for you later. Right? So it's just an ongoing thing that the men's shed is actually involved with and we really enjoy it. Sometimes my main role is to sit back and make sure everything works properly. And I tell you what, it has worked very properly and I've been very blessed indeed that I don't have to do too much. The only thing that I'll have to do now is I'm going to hand over to Ken O'Dowd because he's one of the ones that sort of helps us raise the money to do the extension. And also, I'd like to thank indeed the man that actually kicked it all off, Rob Miller. He can't be here today, but he kicked it all off with half a dozen other men. So, ladies and gentlemen, without any further ado, you got what you're given. I'm not a speech maker or anything else like this, but I hand it now over to Ken O'Dowd to officially open this new section.
Well, thank you, Abbott. Good morning, everybody. It's a pleasure to be here. You raised a particular point, Abbott, when you said you received female hormones. Now, how do you identify yourself as a man or a woman?
There we go. I am one of those.
And would you be welcome into the men's shed?
Yeah.
I just want to raise that point.
Yeah. We do take the mickey out of each other.
Well, they've been taking the mickey out of me for a long time. But, so the men's shed, as you know, probably started over town in 2014.
Yeah.
Colby, and moved here in 2016. And what a difference I've seen on this little knoll on the hill here since then, because that disaster shed wasn't there and the main shed wasn't here. In fact, the first building, it sat in boxes in Vietnam. It was for the Australian Defence Force, and it sat over there, but it was never taken out of the box until it arrived here and we stood it out the back there. But I'd just like to recognise a few people. Well, Mark, the treasurer, he controls the purse strings. Cole, the vice president, and Rob Miller, as you mentioned, has had to leave for medical reasons. And now he lives in Rutherford?
Yeah, right.
That's right. Les and Val, Les the mayor, of course. Congratulations to Les. I haven't seen you since you come there. I've been sort of tied down with virus, with the I haven't had the virus, but I've been sort of in captivity because I was spending 2 weeks in Canberra, then 2 weeks in lockdown when I got home, then go back to Canberra for another 2 weeks, and another 2 weeks in lockdown. I'll tell you what, it hasn't been very easy the last 2 years. And of course, my mate Don Law and his wife Carmel, who always kept me in line when it came to matters in Gayndah, and it's been an absolute pleasure. But really, today is about the women of Gayndah who are blessed to get the men out of the house and get them up here, and get them out of the road. But it's the men's shed nationally has been a great concept, and I've seen people really improve their lifestyle and existence by just joining the men's shed. You don't have to be a skilled labourer, a skilled professional, a tradesperson. If you just want to come here and have a cup of coffee, you're more than welcome. And that's what's so good about the men's shed. And I've had prostrate clinics come to men's sheds. It was full steam ahead until the virus hit us, but it was really working well. And men tend to open up if there's a group of men in the shed and we've got a convener talking about prostate cancer, and of course there's other sorts of cancers too, but they will tend to open up if they're all in together as mates in a place where they can freely talk and where they want to talk. So I'd like to say God bless us for the men's sheds, and bless you ladies to get the men out of the house. As I said, this shed, the original shed, is bomb-proof. They designed it. They designed it so it would take impacts of grenades and things like that. In a sense, then we've had many extensions. And behind us here, if you go and have a look at that kitchen and dining room and meeting room, it's an absolute, it's a very pleasant place to come to and visit and sit down and have a cup of coffee and meet friends and make new friends. So with that, Emmett, I'd like to open the new section. Thank you very much. I forgot to mention my mate Oz Blacker. He was in Oz men's sheds in Biggin. Thanks for coming up.
Okay. How the sausages going, mate?
We're just waiting for you to tell everybody.
Okay.
Les was just going to have a quick word.
Okay. All right, Les. We don't mind having a quick word, as long as they're quick.
So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for the opportunity of being here. And Ken, good to see you here to open the shed. We know that your term is finished, but thank you for what you've done for Gayndah. Can I tell you, I've been to the now Perry shed, been the Motto shed, and now to this shed, and it's great to see that the men have got somewhere to go. Not necessarily out of their women's hair, but to be able to sit down and talk to one another. Last speaker spoke about prostate cancer. I've had prostate cancer, and it's a good thing to be able to just sit down and talk one-on-one or with a group to be able to share your problems, and I believe a problem shared takes away a lot of the burden from a man's mind. It's great to see what you've got here. Don't believe it, it's not bomb-proof, because if someone does something in there that he shouldn't, it'll go off, I can tell you. I've seen it happen before today. But look, and as far as knowing what a woman thinks, you'll never know what a woman thinks. If I can buy in on that thing as well. I've worked with too many ladies to know that you'll never know what they think. But they're pretty important. They're pretty important in our lives. And ladies, it's good to see that you're allowed to be here as well today, and to be able to support the men. So guys, you've got a great facility. Congratulations on what you've got made here. Thank you.
I reckon one lady ought to respond.
Yeah, come on.
Come on.
Oh, yeah.
Come on, Calvin, you want your fingers up?
Oh, come on,
I think this is a wonderful place for men to come to, and as I told my husband the other night, you might be sleeping out here if you're not careful. I don't think that's threatened in any way, shape or form, because when you see inside there, I think it's a wonderful place for men to come to, and I really do think it's a good place for them to get together and talk about things that they don't talk about at home, because they don't talk enough. I don't think they talk enough. And to the mayor, as the saying, you never know what a woman thinks. Oh, I don't believe that. I think you'll find out very quickly what a woman thinks. So best of luck, men.
Right, coffee time or snack time, whatever time you want. Get stuck into it and enjoy the rest of the day.